Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the features on the light right here in the garage before we mount it on the shed. And I just wanted to show you this. Now watch what happens when I turn it on. Boom, that is like a playground light if I've ever seen one. All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at this street light, which was sent to me at no charge for this review. And I remember the first street light that I ever did, I felt like it was very intimidating to assemble this and to get it installed. But I'm going to show you right out of the box how quick and easy these really are to set up and to get ready to go and install on your garage or onto a roof, wherever you may be placing this. Now this is a really nice street light here. What you do have are 384 LED lights, and these LED lights are super bright. They're going to come in 3 different temperatures, which you're going to be able to adjust with your remote control. The temperatures are 3,000, 4,000, and 6,500 Kelvin. So it's going to be a cool white, a soft white, and then a bright white. You also do have a power button down here, which we probably will not be using. And you've also got a battery indicator down here. And as it absorbs light, then the battery indicator will come on. So you'll be able to see this during the daytime when it is charging. Now, while it is charging, it's going to take about 10 hours to get this fully charged. And then you are going to get up to 30 continuous hours in a low light setting. So this is going to charge during the day, and you're going to have plenty of light all night. So this is also going to last approximately up to 30,000 working hours, which is just a ton of hours. What I have noticed with these is that I live out in the country, and sometimes the plastic will give way before the lights do. So I'm going to show you how I set mine up and then show you some of the situations that I've encountered over time. Now this is going to be your mounting post, and this mounting post can mount either on a roof like this, which is going to give you a very high projected light, which is going to cast out across your yard. You can also put it onto a building like this so that it's facing up and kind of like a parking lot light. That's going to be super handy as well. Or you can put it on the face of a building, or maybe if you have a 4x4 that you are using at a gate or a fence, you can install it like that. Now the way we will be installing it today, like this on a shed. And so this mounting post is going to go into the back side of your street light like this, and then you got a mounting plate that's going to go over the top of this, and 4 screws which are included. And I'm going to show you how to do that just real quick. Here's your mounting plate and your screws. So what you want to do is you want to take your mounting plate and you want to take your screws and then your nuts as well. And we're going to place it just right over the top here, and we're just going to put it in loose so that we can then put our mounting post underneath that. Now if you wanted to mount this to a pre-existing post, like a flagpole or something like that, it does come with a bracket that you could use and do it that way if you so choose. And you do have the hardware so that you can do that as well. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Just takes a couple of minutes. Again, that's going to work out real well either on an existing post or on the face of a building or whatever else you may want to mount that to. You got multiple different options there. Now your solar panel, you're going to want to make sure that it is facing south-southwest so that it's going to be able to get a full charge over the course of the day. And then if it is not facing south-southwest, which mine will not be facing south-southwest, it's actually going to be facing north. But during the summer hours, it will get a plenty of charge to last you all night long. And using our remote control, so we got a main power button up at the top, you got an on-off button, and then you've got mode settings here on the remote. I'm going to show those to you real quick. So when we power that on, it's going to go right to the 6500 super bright white light. And with that, you can lower that or raise the intensity by 20% at a time. So you can drop that down to a low dim, or you can take that up to 100%. You got a mode button right here in the center. So we're going to go from the super bright to the cool white and then an amber. So you got the 3 different mode settings here of the 3000, 4000, and the 6500 super bright light right there. You've also got an auto, so if you want to set this to a dusk to dawn, so it's going to come on with the sun set and go off with the sunrise, you can push your auto button here. You can also set a timer on it so that it's always going to be on to the setting that you put it on, whether that's 3, 4, or 6500, and you can have that set for 3 hour, 5 hour, or the 8 hour. So every time you make an adjustment to it, it's going to dim, set, and then come back to the original light. For example, if I set this for 3 hours, it's going to flash, dim, and come back to the regular setting that you have it on. I can change it to the 5 hour, and it's always going to flash to let me know that a setting has been changed. Now I can go back, and then we're at the 6500, power that off, power that on. If you happen to lose your remote, you can do all of those settings right here from the device itself, and you can click it, just a quick press to whatever setting you want, and then if you wanted to power this off, you're going to long press it. If you wanted to power it on, you're going to long press it. And then it's going to go back to its previous setting, whichever one you shut it off at. Okay, so there you can see I have the street light mounted and we are underneath it, and I'm just going to ask you to turn away for just a second because we're going to turn this on, and it is super duper bright. I tell you what, that is casting a light clear out there. Look at that. That is just like daylight bright. I know I do have some extra street lights on my roofs, but this is incredibly bright. So we're going to go ahead, and what we're going to do next is switch the mode. And remember, every time you switch the mode, it's going to flash. And the third time. And that's super bright right there. And we can go off, and we can go back on. It is a great parking lot light. It is a great light for your driveway. It is incredibly bright.